Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It all came to a head when Gwendolyn, Gabriel, and even Michael T realized they couldn't let their father continue to create the narrative without fighting back. The fact that TLC's cameras were rolling during the argument heightened the drama. Initially, the film crew apparently expected nothing more than tearful confessions and awkward familial friction. But what they discovered was an outburst of pent-up rage. TLC employees were stated to be taken aback as the Brown children did not hold back, calling out Robyn's manipulative behavior, and accusing their father, Kody, of leaving them in favor of Robyn's kids. In a heartbreaking moment, one of the kids allegedly cried, "You chose her kids over your own flesh and blood." A comment that immediately put Kody on the defensive. Kody, who is renowned for his domineering personality and inability to tolerate criticism from his children, allegedly lost his fury. Fans have seen his fury grow in past seasons, but what transpired here beyond anything they had seen before. Instead of soothing the tension, Kody blamed his own children for tearing the family apart by refusing to embrace Robyn as a family member. But by now, that tired excuse was no longer effective. The Brown children shot back, one after the other, recounting how many times they had reached out only to be ignored or belittled by their father, particularly during critical times in their lives, birthdays missed, important milestones ignored, and holidays spent apart while Kody stayed cozy inside Robyn's home with her children. Robyn, for her part, attempted to insert herself into the conversation, which further inflamed the situation. Robyn reportedly began crying, her customary approach when things swing against her, in footage described by TLC insiders as absolutely shocking. Yet her cries elicited apparent resentment among the Brown children rather than sympathy. One of them, most likely Gwendolyn or Gabriel, allegedly snapped, shouting, "We're weary of your false tears, Robyn. You can't play the victim anymore." This was a watershed event not only for the family, but also for the Sister Wives viewers, which had grown increasingly suspicious of Robyn's motives throughout the previous seasons. The clash revealed significant rifts that had previously been overlooked in editing, and there was no turning back. As the confrontation progressed, it became evident that the issue was more than just emotional upset. Money was also involved. Multiple Brown children accused Robyn and Kody of misusing family funds. This includes previous issues over the Coyote Pass property, where decisions were allegedly taken behind closed doors to favor Robyn's family over others. Michael T, who normally attempts to remain polite, even spoke up during this fight, stating unequivocally that the division of resources was never fair and that everyone knew Kody prioritized Robyn's comfort over anybody else's. TLC producers, recognizing they had pure gold on their hands, allegedly attempted to de-escalate situations at times, but the emotions were too raw. This was not a contrived drama. This was an unedited collapse of a family in real time. And for once, TLC execs were apparently uncomfortable with the intensity of the film. However, the network understood that this film had the potential to save or kill the show, depending on how it was handled. Meri Brown, who has mainly remained mute in recent months, was apparently there for this confrontation, but sources say she declined to intervene. While her relationship with Robyn has strained in recent months, Meri appears to be more concerned with her personal brand and new endeavors than with escalating family feuds. Fans should expect Meri's confessional interviews to address the confrontation after the footage airs. It is unclear if she will protect Kody and Robyn or stand in sympathy with the other children, but public opinion indicates that Meri's loyalty to Robyn has now shattered for good. This entire situation is interesting to viewers because it contrasts with the carefully controlled story Kody and Robyn have been presenting for years. For far too long, the story was told as if Kody was just an overworked father trying to do the right thing for everyone, with Robyn always portrayed as the outsider wrongly blamed for the family's demise. But the children's united voice has shattered the illusion. And it wasn't only Gabriel and Gwendolyn who spoke up. More of the Brown siblings are likely to appear in future episodes, adding to the increasing pile of proof that Kody's partiality was intentional. Kody's alleged reaction after the cameras stopped rolling added to the intensity of the scene. According to sources close to the production, after filming ended, Kody allegedly threatened to leave the program. accusing TLC for allowing his children to gang up on him. This off-camera tantrum reportedly resulted in heated phone meetings between Kody's legal team and TLC execs, during which Kody wanted more control over how he was depicted on the show moving forward. Insiders say TLC is standing firm, refusing to give in to Kody's demands, especially given that the showdown tape has the potential to boost viewership dramatically. The most sad aspect of this predicament, however, is what it means for the Brown family's future ties. Several of the elder children have allegedly stated unequivocally that they no longer consider themselves a part of their father's life, not out of spite, but for self-preservation. Years of rejection, broken promises, and favoritism had taken their emotional toll, and the confrontation only confirmed what many fans have feared for years. The Brown family, as audiences once knew them, would never reunite. The fractures are permanent. Robyn's involvement in this disaster cannot be emphasized. While Kody is definitely the architect of his own demise, Robyn's influence has further exacerbated the situation. Instead of creating unity, her actions, whether deliberate or not, have exacerbated the division. Fans of the tale have been vociferous on social media, mostly supporting the older Brown children. Gwendolyn, Gabriel, Michael T., and the others who bravely stood up to their father's gaslighting and emotional manipulation have received overwhelming support on online forums. TLC is currently in a perilous position. On the one hand, showing the material in its raw form is likely to result in some of the biggest viewership figures in Sister Wives history. On the other hand, the network faces accusations of profiting from a family implosion. However, considering TLC's track record, it's quite unlikely that they'll prioritize discretion over ratings. If anything, they might pitch this clash as a special tell-all event, or the confrontation fans have been waiting for. Beyond the cameras, however, the main tale is about the youngsters reclaiming their own narrative. For years, they've been rejected, edited out, or portrayed as rebellious troublemakers, but the unedited film from this violent confrontation changes everything. They stood up not just for themselves, but also for their siblings who were unable or unwilling to participate in the war. They exposed the emotional neglect that has plagued their family dynamic for years, breaking the unwritten rule of reality TV families. Don't disturb the narrative that keeps you lucrative. As of now, the fallout of the confrontation is still playing out behind the scenes. Kody has apparently withdrawn even farther into the walled world he has built with Robyn, distancing himself from everyone who disagrees with his version of events. Robyn, meantime, is said to be in damage control mode, worried that her already deteriorating public image is now irreversibly damaged. Meanwhile, the Brown children who spoke up are receiving overwhelming support from fans and former family allies who witnessed the deception firsthand. This showdown was never about a single dispute. It was about decades of pent-up sorrow finally spilling for all to see.